light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. Ours is a church of open minds. Ours is a community of helping hands. Ours is a community of loving hearts. Welcome, friends, to our 10th session of our Windows and Mirrors curriculum. Let's take a moment to think of our joys and concerns that we have for the coming week. And we can prepare to share them, perhaps with our adults who might be watching with us, or we can hold them together here virtually. Fiona, would you like to share a joy or concern?
Nana's coming on Thursday.
And is that a joy or a concern?
Joy. I don't know why I would be concerned. Like,
do you have a concern you would like to share? Right. I think my joy is that your Nana's coming on Thursday too. All right. So I'm going to begin by telling the story of Arjuna and his service to his people. It is a Hindu lesson from the Bhagavad Gita, and it illustrates how public service work can be hard, underappreciated, controversial, unpleasant, and risky. Yet we are all called to sustain our community by working at the tasks required to feed, protect, and nurture us all. I will pause throughout the story to have you think about some questions. Feel free to pause the video and answer or discuss with someone in your household. Here is the story from the Hindu tradition. A long, long time ago in India, there was a king with 2 sons. When the king died, older brother was entitled to inherit the entire kingdom, but younger brother was jealous. Older brother graciously divided the kingdom in half to share with younger brother, but younger brother was still not satisfied and stole the whole kingdom for himself and his children. He refused to share the land with older brother unless there was a war. Older brother and his children did not want to fight, but they had only 2 choices: to fight for their rights or to turn away from war and the rightful land and to preserve peace and nonviolence. One of older brother's children was Arjuna, a famous warrior. He had a special relationship with the god Krishna, the god of all gods. Krishna called Arjuna to lead the battle. Of course, Arjuna dutifully came to the battlefield to obey. He had led many battles successfully for Krishna before. But Arjuna was shocked to see who was getting ready to go to war on the other side. The people who were called his enemies, they were in fact his own family. Not only his uncle, younger brother, but also Arjuna's cousins, some of his uncles, his favorite teachers, and very dear friends. He did not want to kill them, and was very confused with Krishna, that God of all gods had called him to lead this war. He was especially confused since Krishna had always said the most important thing for a good person to do is to avoid harming any living thing. Think about that statement. The most important thing to do is to avoid harming any living thing. Do you agree with that? Does it sound right to you? As a warrior, Arjuna's duty sometimes required him to kill. That was hard, but this time it was even harder. Arjuna argued with Krishna because he wanted to be a good person. He wanted to do his duty, yet he could not stand the thought of doing violence against his relatives and friends. Krishna told Arjuna many stories to persuade Arjuna to do his duty as a warrior. In one story, there was a hermit who lived in the woods who always told the truth. One day, an evil robber chased a merchant into the woods. The robber asked the hermit if he knew where the merchant was hiding. Because he always told the truth, the hermit pointed and said, "Yes, I saw him go that way," causing the merchant to die. Krishna said, if there is a choice between 2 good behaviors, for example, telling the truth because it is right, or lying to prevent someone from being killed, some good behaviors are better than others. In this case, wouldn't it have been better for the hermit to lie and protect the life of the merchant? What do you think? Would it have been better for the hermit to lie? Did the hermit do the right thing? In another story, Krishna told Arjuna about a farming couple who worried that the weather, their seeds, and their tools would not be good enough to create good crop to feed the family. Because of their worries, the farmers decided not to work the land at all. In the same way, Arjuna was refusing to fight the war. But Krishna said the best thing a warrior can do is their duty, to the best of their ability. without worrying about the results. A farmer or a warrior, Arjuna, should not worry about the outcome. To work is their duty, and they must do their best. The farmer and the family would have nothing if they did not work at all. What do you think of that? Have you ever felt like the farming couple? Have you ever been worried about the results so much that it was hard to do the work you were supposed to do? Sometimes people feel that way about their schoolwork. And sometimes worrying about the end result can be discouraging when you have a duty to do. Now, how would you feel about doing work you were supposed to do if doing a good job might mean someone would get hurt? Is that a case where you should really worry about the outcome? What do you guys think? Well, Arjuna was still not convinced that leading the battle was the right thing to do. He was pretty sure if he did his duty well, he would hurt people he cared about. He still did not want to do it. Then Krishna had one more argument to convince Arjuna. He asked Arjuna to think about his father, older brother, and the rest of Arjuna's family members who had been wronged. Hadn't their land been stolen? Were they not also his brothers and sisters, cousins and dear friends, who needed Arjuna to fight and help him get their land back? Krishna said that fighting for your rights is an important duty. If someone does a bad thing to you, that person cannot be allowed to get away with it. Krishna told Arjuna, the best way to be a good person is to do your duty. See the goodness in all living beings, treat all beings equally, and do good things for others. In these ways, Arjuna could be happy and have a closer relationship with Krishna. Arjuna wanted to be happy and stay close with Krishna, the God of all gods, yet did not see how he could do all of these things at once. I would encourage you to take a moment to pause the video and have a conversation with your family about today's story. What do you think Arjuna did? Did he refuse to fight? Did he fight but ask for forgiveness? If Arjuna didn't fight, what do you think happened next? If you think he fought, what do you think happened? If you think he fought, why do you think he did? What convinced him that his duty as a warrior was more important than making sure he didn't hurt any of his relatives or friends? Did he want the gratitude of his father and the others for whom he fought? Do you think they were grateful? And did that make it worthwhile for Arjuna? Did he want to keep a good relationship with Krishna? Do you think it worked? Do you think anyone accused him of making things worse by fighting? The Bhagavad Gita recounts that Arjuna did fight. Many lives were lost, and his side won. Does the story prove that war is the answer? The way to right a wrong? Why or why not? Can you name a chore or a task that you may not like to do, but you know it's your responsibility and serves the greater good? Do you have a chore that you don't like to do that is your responsibility but serves the greater good?
Cleaning up my craft desk.
Cleaning up your craft desk. That does serve the greater good. I don't like picking up after the dog when she goes potty or taking out the trash. But somebody's got to do it or the world would stink. All right. If you would like to create a craft, you are welcome to reflect on today's story and think about the things that you do to help your family, maybe things you do to volunteer, and then make a panel that you could add. This could be a drawing, a collage, a painting, or whatever you come up with. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in person soon.